here in the Netherlands, and I haven't been live for a while. And that is because I often think that there's already enough noise on the internet, and I really want to have something to add to that environment, or I just prefer to keep silent. And I know a lot of people actually think, well, when you talk, you always have something to say. I know, but off stage, when I'm sitting here walking around minding my own business, I think there's so much going on in the world that sometimes I feel a little bit beaten up instead of feel like talking. And specifically right now, when there's so much going on in the world, and it probably hasn't, it probably has reached your area as well. There's a war going on here. And it's not just any war to me. Because what a lot of you don't know is that my grandfather, he was a soldier in our Dutch army during the Second World War. And he was in a German prison camp. And he escaped that camp. That was a very heroic story in itself. And then after his escape from the camp, he made a foot journey of 6 months through Poland, through Hungary, and he was actually helped by Ukrainian resistance army. And all of his life, he was always talking about the Ukrainians and about how they saved his life. And there were many debates about their role in the Second World War to a certain extent, but my grandfather would have nothing of it because they saved his life. And I am literally here because the Ukrainians saved his life. My mother would not have been born without them. I have a lot of friends who live in Estonia. Some of them were born in Ukraine. There were a lot of things on that. My grandmother grew up in Hungary, and there was a lot of connections with Ukraine there too. And it's not just that I have connections with it. It is the whole idea of, I don't even know what to say. I'm completely flabbergasted by people wanting to cross other people's boundaries and to fight and to think what they think is justice and to somehow demand that from other people. And yes, we all need to take up our space. And somehow this really gets me in a mood of, well, you know what, whatever, I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what to say anymore. How can I help? Yeah, I can share. Yeah, I can go to protests. But the thing is that the only thing we can really do right now, and that is something that we not just can do, but that we absolutely need to do with every inch that we have in us, is that we need to heal all those triggers that are being touched right now. And there's a lot of triggers in me through this war, and I know that there's a lot of triggers in everyone through what's going on in the world right now. We shouldn't just be beaten down by it and sit and think, well, you know what, let's all protest against the war. We need to heal those triggers and not go into the game that's playing on this surface of the two bad guys against the two bad guys. No, we should look into where it is triggering us. Look into what in our past is being triggered by this. Not just my personal past, but the past of my entire family. What is being ripped open? Which band-aid is being pulled off by this? So that then I will get to access my power again. So that then you will get to access a part of your power that you didn't even know you had. Yes, war causes trauma. It really does. But to a certain extent, it can also rip open band-aids of the past so that we can heal our trauma and actually start creating the world that you and I really want to live in. But we can only create that not by fighting the war, because fighting a war is just more fighting. It's fighting adding to the fighting. That's not the level that this game can ever be solved. And yes, very happy that we're sending troops, very happy that we're sending guns and stuff they need. Probably very necessary, but it's not what I can add. What I can add is to take up the space that I was supposed to take up. And that is what you can add. Add the sign of hope. Add and be the answer that the Ukrainians want to see. Be that person that gives them hope. Be that person that spreads a different light, that starts building the world that we actually want to create. Because if everybody was taking up all of the space that they really should have been taken up, these people would not have a chance of becoming the dictator that they are. There's people voting for these people. They're rooting for them. And it's not just because these people are awful, because one awful person cannot change the entire world all by themselves. It means that there's collective healing that we need to do. We need to heal the traumas that are being triggered by this, not just by fighting that bad guy, fighting Putin, fighting whatever is going on somewhere in the world. No, we need to battle what is being triggered by us so that we are the answer, so that we are the person that other people want to follow, because we build a beautiful world of love, a world of equality. It's not always their fault that they don't know how to do that, because often people who vote for these people were wounded themselves. People who enable dictatorship, or people who go on that side, they have a history too. They really do. And the only thing that the world needs is you to step up and shine your light. Be that light that we want to follow. Be that person that we need right now to give hope, to spread hope, and to shine as bright as you can, so that people will see that it was not in vain, that people will see that something good can come out of this. So it's not as easy as it sounds, I know, but that is what we really need to do. And yes, we need to support every single Ukrainian that we can, but we also need to do this. And I will be going live a lot over the coming days with what trauma healing then really is, and what we really need to do, and what voice we need from you, and how we can actually build that world, because that's the only hope we have. Our hope is not in the hands of big leaders. Our hope is in the hands of normal people, Ukrainian people, European people, American people, normal people who are willing to step up and actually be the light that people need and want to follow for a just world where love has a place, where humanitarianism, where humanity, where humility actually has a place. That's what we need. And I hope I can count on you. So please comment anything that you come up with during this video. Come up with what your strength is, what you're going to share, what we can expect from you, because we need you. I need you. The world needs you. Ukrainians need you. We need every single voice, because we all matter. Bye-bye.